Yo, what to do, YouTube? Before I get into it, I would say if you notice any banging, it's been going on since 9 a.m., but I have to get this video out today. So this is just a disclaimer. You will hear banging throughout the process of this video. Like I said, it's been going on since 9 a.m. Hopefully it stops soon through this video, but hey, I can't control what I can't control. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Another thing I want to add is if you don't follow my new Twitter account, please feel free to do so. It is Culture Shock _. My previous account, I had 1K followers on it and it got suspended. I don't know when I'm going to get it back. So I made a new Twitter account. Like I said, please follow me to try to reach me back at 1K followers. It was a big accomplishment that happened a few days ago, but it went downhill after they found a tweet with DCMA music on it from a while back that I totally forgot about. But hey, lost my account, so I made a new one. Follow me on Twitter if you don't. I'll feel free to do that, and I will follow you back, man. I will follow you back. Trust me. You can look at my follower number, and it's pretty much the same with my following. So do a follow. I'll follow you back, and let's hop into the video, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be ranking the Colts roster out of the whole NFL. So to be honest, this is going to be mixed feelings because personally, I want to give us one of the best. But I don't want to be too biased, you know. I don't want to be too biased when it comes to this topic because we know how it can be when it comes to these comments. It can be very toxic. So I'm going to give you my overall opinion on the Colts roster starting now. I'll save one of the most important positions towards the end. So I'm going to start off with the safety core. The safeties for the Colts are probably one of the best. They're not the best, but they're one of the best. So overall, I'll give the safety core for the Colts a B because they have so much potential with Willis and Blackman is that it can be one of the best tandems out there, man. It really could. They really have so much potential, and they showed that last year. And they really was an upgrade from what we previously had. So I would give them a B out of that. Going to the cornerback core, I will give that maybe a C+, if anything. Like I said, I will give them a B, but the question mark is Xavier Rhodes going to perform the same way he did last year? That's the real question mark because we don't know what it's going to look like going into next season with this loaded schedule we got. So I would give them a C+, man. Really, really would. I would love them to give them a higher grade, but the cornerbacks, due to the zone scheme, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. You don't know what the core is going to bring to you. We know Kenny Moore is a dog. We know what he's going to bring. Like I said, everyone else is a big question mark. Are we going to actually use Isaiah Rodgers at corner? That's another thing. Marvell Tell, are we going to use him? We don't really know. So I would give that a C+ going into next season. And this is just predictions before the season happens. This is not a whole predicament because it may change. It may change over time. So let's hop into the linebacker core. I would give the linebacker core a B, just being as though Darius Leonard is a dog. Now, even though we lost Anthony Walker, Bobby Okereke pretty much filled in that spot last year already. So we're not really losing anything. So it's nothing wrong with him filling in, even though we know Anthony Walker did a few things that Bobby can't. But I feel like Bobby can learn that with a guy like Darius Leonard next to him. So I give the overall grade for our linebacker core a B. I think we can be better than that, like I said, in due time, but we'll see how it goes over the season. But for now, there'll be a B grade because Darius Leonard is one of the best linebackers in the NFL. So with him on the field, it changes the game tremendously. Let's hop into the defensive line and the edge rush combined. So the defensive line, I will give another B grade. Another B grade. We don't know how the edge rush is going to perform. We don't. We can draft the best edge rusher in Kwity Paye. We have DeForest Buckner. We have Grover Stewart. But we do not know how they could perform. This is a tough schedule. We have a loaded D-line. I will give us that. We just got another interior lineman in Antoine Woods. Dale's coming back later on in that year probably. So a B grade isn't bad. The best pass rush? I don't think so. The best D-line? I don't think so. But we have one of the best. So B grade isn't too bad. It's not too bad to me in my opinion. Like I said, we don't know what to expect. Us having all this talent, and if we don't perform, we're going to have to go to one of my next ratings, which is going to be later on into this video. But for now, I'm going to give us a B grade. You guys will probably think differently, But it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm open to all opinions. Like I said, just usually I'm open to all opinions. So we're gonna go next to the offensive line. The offensive line, I will give us an A. I will give us offensive line an A. Being as though Eric Fisher might come later on in the year, I think our offensive line is really good. I think it's really good and one of the best, even with a subpar left tackle until Fisher comes back. I think it's still one of the best. I really do. It always will be like that. Even at the end of the year, like I bring up all the time, when we brought in a left tackle that was retired, and he came in, Jared Vale here, we still performed, even though we lost. But I feel like we really did we had an upgrade from what we were currently doing with Chaz Green and those boys. So I would give us an A. I would give us an A on offensive line. Tight end core. Our tight end core will be a C+. I would say a C+. Average. It could be better, but you got two good blockers. You got a big target in Wally Cox. You got a good veteran in Jack Doyle. You just drafted one out of the draft, but there's a bunch of tight end cores in the NFL that are way better than ours. But it's nothing wrong with being a C+, because those guys that we have can produce, but they're not the best. So it's no knock on my ratings. There's no knock on the players that we have, because everyone knows I love the Colts. Simple as that. But we don't have the best tight end core. We really don't. So a C+ isn't that bad of a grade to me. I think it could be better. We could have definitely acquired some in free agency. We all know that, or through via trade, but we didn't. So we stayed with our guys. So a C+ isn't bad. And they have a chance to improve as well. So it's nothing wrong with improving throughout the year. So like I said, these can change. Going on towards our running back core, I will give our running back core right now on paper an A. Our running back core will probably be one of the best in the NFL. We got a triple-headed monster with Hines, Mack, and Taylor, which is pretty much almost unstoppable. On paper, one of the best rosters beside the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion. We have one of the best running back cores in the NFL. So simply as that, that's how I'm going to put it. Now the next two ratings are going to be the most important ones, because I saved it for the last ones. The quarterback position. We don't know how Carson Wentz is going to play. This scares me, actually. This really does, because we don't know how Carson Wentz is going to perform in the season. So for a grade, I will give Carson Wentz the quarterback position, even though we got Sam Ehlinger, Jacob Eaton. Being as though the playbook is wide open now, I will give our quarterback position a B. A B because the quarterback core can be better. Throughout the year, it can get better, because the promise is so high. It's a very high ceiling. And then the option plays, the Wildcats, the formations, everything in general can just be so open, and we can score so many ways. That's why I give it a B. Our wide receiver core, I would give our wide receiver core a B. We have a lot. I would give it a B because of the potential. Our quarterback and wide receiver core has a bunch of potential and talent. The ceiling is so high for those two. It's kind of insane. I'm not going to lie to you. It's kind of insane. The wide receiver core, we have a bunch of number 2 wide receivers. Anybody on the wide receiver core can really be a number 2 or 3. A number 2 at most on any team in the NFL. They can be a number 2. You got Pascal, Michael Pittman Jr., you got the Michael kid that we just drafted. All these guys that we got. Even Desmond Patton, if you want to add him. We got speedy guys. We got Paris Campbell. We got DeMichael Harris. All this talent on the wide receiver core can have a really good, solid season. They really can. That's why I give it a B, because it's so deep on the wide receiver core that anything can happen. Anything can happen. And last, I'm going to go to the coaching staff. The coaching staff grade. The offense, Marcus Brady, quarterback coach, transferred to the offensive coordinator. It's a really good thing. You go to the defensive coordinator in that zone defense, even though it's suspect, it has its moments. Trust me, it really does. Our defensive coordinator scheme has its moments. And then you have head coach Frank Reich. Really a team leader, a good leader, man. Players coach. That's what you want in the locker room. I would give our coaching staff for next year a B average. A B average. If our defensive scheme was locked on, if it's locked on going into next year, I'm giving it an A. But for now, being as though we don't know how the defense is going to perform, we don't even know how the offense is going to perform. Even though having a quarterback coach and offensive coordinator is a really big deal. Look at what Brian Leftwich did with that Buccaneers team when he got promoted. It's a big deal, and it really can help Carson Wentz. That's why I'm not really worried about the offense. But the defense, we got the same defensive coordinator. All the same issues are going to transfer into next season. It's going to be a tricky one because the schedule is so tough. It's going to be a tricky one, man. We're going to need the defense more than anything because we know defense wins championships, and we really rely on our defense. So it's going to be a tricky season for the Colts. So that's why I give it a B. I have faith in Coach Frank. He has a quarterback that can be mobile. He has a quarterback that can open up his playbook that he has. He has so many plays that he couldn't register with Phillip Rivers last year. You have a quarterback that's currently working out with the weapons that he has going into next year that Phillip Rivers couldn't do last year. Carson Wentz is doing that. So that says a lot. So that's why I'm making this grade for the Colts to be one of the best rosters for the NFL next season. We're going to be a top 5 roster. That's my final prediction. Top 5 roster for the Colts next year. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Are we a top 5 roster or not? Give me the good signs and the bad signs about the Colts. What we could have upgraded. What do you think is the worst part about our roster? Even if it goes to players or coaching staff, etc. Let me know your whole thoughts about the situation. If you ask why I left out the special teams, because I feel like that's not an issue. Special teams is really good. I don't have an issue. Yes, you might bring up specs inconsistency at the end of the year, but it's going to happen. Nobody's perfect. I feel like some of the best kickers in the NFL had a struggle at once. They might even have it at the end of their career. We've seen that in general. So I'm not rating the special teams because there's no problem with our special teams. So I feel like our roster on paper right now going into next season is a top 5 roster. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you guys there. And until next time, this is Marcus, and you've been Culture Shocked.